Oh, this one just came in with to here. Yeah. Hey, what's up, traders? Welcome back to Forex Gym. This is the live daily Forex analysis, which we do Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. I hope you are guys very well. So I do have 5 people watching right now. So hello, everyone. Whoever is in here, you can just say hello. Let's interact with each other and don't be shy. You've got a live chat, so just comment it on your live chat, just on your right hand side. The ones who don't know me, my name is George. I'm an independent Forex trader, and I do this live daily Forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. What we typically do, I pre-select 3 currencies, which I already put it in the chat box. So these 3 currencies are Aussie against US dollar, followed by US dollar, Japanese yen, and lastly is going to be New Zealand dollar against USD. So this is my pre-selected currency, so I'm going to be analyzing shortly, and if you've got any questions, just pop it in the chat box. As well, if you got any other requests about the currencies you want to analyze, just leave it in the chat box. Good morning, Saish, good to have you back. Yo. So where did I stop? So we do have this session for 1.5 hours, so we have this total 1.5 hours for our live stream. And yeah, we have this time so we can interact with each other and ask the questions, trading related, obviously. Hi, Diaz. So far we got Saish and Diaz in here. That's good. And Sarang, hello. Oh, the one thing I want to mention about the yesterday's, it was a pretty bad with the internet connection. So I tried to actually watch my videos. The one already when I finished my live stream, then you can watch that video. I actually watched that video. The audio was pretty bad. It was very bad, and actually I couldn't even bear it. So I do thank you whoever stayed with me for doing that 1.5 hour live stream. So I can see that it was pretty bad. So I do thank you for that one. So hopefully today I do see that we have a better connection, and it's so far it's no problems yet. So I hope it's gonna stay that way. Yeah. So what we have? So we have 8 concurrent viewers, which is good. So I'm gonna jump into. So who is glad to be here? Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce the name Chukwu. Yeah, I do apologize. It's pretty difficult for me to pronounce your name, Chukwuemeka. If I pronounce it wrong, I do apologize for that one. I'm not very good at pronouncing names. So let's jump into and start analyzing. Oh, I didn't actually put the trading view. So I'm gonna put up the trading view, and we're gonna start. What we have so far. So I did say, so we're gonna start with the Aussie against USD, then USD JPY, and New Zealand dollar against USD. So as I said, if you got any questions, just pop it in the chat box. I will be okay, that's fine. And then yeah, I will be analyzing them later, so don't be shy. Let's interact with each other, make it more fun and engaging. And I do have my lovely assistants in here who is going to be helping me with your questions and all the requests, and make sure that I don't miss anything and I don't forget anything. So that's good. Okay, let's jump into the Australian dollar against USD and start analyzing that. And then I'm going to come back to the questions, and then I'm going to address the questions. So AUD USD, see what we have on the Aussie against USD. So we've seen interesting moves on the Australian dollar. Oops, let's get rid of that one. I think audio is coming in nice. Yeah, audio is coming in nice. That's good. So we're gonna start with the Aussie USD. So from the daily time frame, the interesting fact. So we had this nice uptrend. So the price was going nicely up. Then we did the interesting. So on this particular line here, on this way, so the price came up here. So it tested this daily high but then it did not really did not take out this high, so then its price is kind of coming down at the moment. So far it's came down pretty low enough, and it's tested this daily support at the moment, but I don't see much of a reaction on this currency, so I do think that maybe the price will continue down to at least down to this level. So that will be a good area to target. So that will be a potential for the day trade opportunity. So let's have a look at the levels in here. So we do have around 64.05. So roughly speaking, we are looking for about 30 pips gain. So let's go and see how we're going to go about if we can get a good entry to make sure that we're going to have a good RR, which is risk reward. So on a 4-hour time frame, it does looking nicely. The trend is kind of turning in a way going towards the downside. So a good chance it's going to make its way down to the 64.05. So the price has broken this level on the 4-hourly time frame, and it's closed fairly nicely. And on this 4-hourly, it came up and did the test. So it came up to this resistance zone and tested it on this. So we can see we have this tail up here. So the price came up, tested it, and most likely a lot of orders already came in towards a short side. But let's go to the 1-hourly time frame, see what the price needs to do, and in order if we gonna take the entry. So let's look for the potential for the entry, and then we can establish the stop loss, and we already know the target. So 64.05. So in this case, so the price on the last hour price push up almost up to this level, but then we can see we have left this tailing here, which is good. That shows that still sellers are still kind of dominating in a short time frames for now. So it tested this here. I'm just thinking if it's going to push a little bit higher. I would like to see the price pushing a bit higher. So this one going to be it's already tested. So I would like to see the price coming up. Let me see if it's gonna have it taken out these highs. It hasn't taken out these highs. No. So as we can see, this tail when this price came up, it has failed to take out this spike high in here. So I would like to see that one. So hopefully price will come up around 64.50 zone, so another 20 pips if it's going to come up maybe in this hour or potentially for the next hour. So if the price comes up at this level at 64.50, then we can take the short trade in here, but we're only going to run it to 64.05. So we will be looking, if we get into the 64.50, we're looking about 45 pips gain. As of the stop losses goes, we want to position our stop loss. Okay, so we will be looking 20 will be too tight, so 25. Okay, so this one needs about 25 pips stop loss with the 45. Yeah, that's a problem with the so it does not even get to the 1 to 2 risk reward, so that's kind of sucks. So we want to, okay, as of the risk reward goes, I do not like it. However, it's not bad. It just, from my perspective, I don't like the risk reward because it's just under 1 to 2 risk reward. However, if you're happy with that, then you can take the trades. I would personally might give it either tighter stop loss or maybe wait for the price if it's gonna push it a little bit higher. But for now, let's say that 64.50 would be the entry up to this level, at this level, with a 25 pip stop loss. So we're gonna position our stop losses in here, and our target is gonna be at 64.05. We can give it 64.03. I personally like to give that because 6400 is the round number, so I personally like to give that extra few pips, because if there's too many orders on that round number, because it's psychologically traders do like to target that round numbers, then your profit target might not be triggered. So that's why I do like to give it a few extra pips bit away from the target. So I'm gonna write the levels in a bit, but for me it needs to do a bit more, maybe push a little bit higher than I'll be taking the trade. But for now, the one thing to be aware of, if let's say on this hour the price will come up and does the very long candle, then be aware of that one. So you might want to wait. If the price comes up too aggressively, then probably wait and see, because there is a good potential that the price will continue up because it's sitting on a daily support. So just in case price decides to push higher, then it can do it. So that's why a bit approach with caution, because as of this we're still in the upwards trend as of this one goes. It's just looking like that maybe the price wants to turn around and go down, but for now we're going to target this area, which is at 64 about 64.05. So okay, let's write the levels down here. 64.50 was the entry. So that was the AUD USD. Okay. So AUD USD type is sell. The entry 64.50. Stop loss was 25 pips. And the target is at 64.05. You can tweak this one a bit. I would personally, if I want to, because of my risk reward, if you do not know, there I do tend to take only 1 to 3 risk reward or higher. So in my case, this one will not work. But if you're taking 1 to 2 risk reward, you are happy with that, then it's pretty good. So. Right, let's have a look. Oops, stalling one. So is asking, think to go short on a euro against USD, George. If right, suggest with the entry draw. Okay. Yes, actually, I'm gonna have a look at the euro against USD. Please, any chance we could see an analysis on euro against British pounds? Yeah, we'll have a look at the British pounds as well. So let's go jump into the euro against USD first. And so you want any short on euro USD? Okay. So probably gonna be similar-ish to the Australian dollar against USD. Let's go euro USD. Okay, euro USD on the shorts. Okay. So euro USD, starting with a daily time frame again. As we can see, we do have this choppy range, so the price is just going up and down. It has not really broken any. It has not broken up to this range bounds. But if we have a closer look, so this is a daily time frame. Just looking at by the daily time frame, the candles are not that long, so that means it doesn't really moving much around. So that's the one thing to be aware of. And for the short, okay, it's coming up to the trades. Short side, let me see. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame, just drill down to the shorter time frame, see what we have on the buy trend USD. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at that. Thank you. So euro USD. So on the 4-hour time frame, we do have this nice 4-hourly bearish candle. So it pushed the price down. The only thing I don't see is where the potentially price can go. That's the only thing I don't see, because just by looking at the daily time frames, even if we take the short order, so the price already came down and tested this zone. The potential for the next one, let me get rid of this. It's for the potential for the next one could be maybe down to this level at 0780 right now. 0780, okay, still at 30 pips stops, so 30 pips gain, so that's actually not that bad. So let's have a look on the but I want to trade this one as of the long term. For the day trade, yes, there's a potential for the day trade. As of the entry, okay, so the price came up to this. Okay, so on a 1 hour time frame, putting these indecision candles up here. It could be the price will push a little bit higher. For the entry, I would say let's 0815. That's a bit too close. I would say 0820. I would say for the entry about 10820, which is around 12 pips away. But the one thing to keep in mind is ideally when the price comes up here, I would say it wants to do it in one candle. Ideally it will do it at least for the 2 candles, so something like let me use my drawing skills, which is not that good. So let's say not in this hour, maybe not next hour, probably in 2 candles, so next 2 candles, so something like this one. So it comes up slowly. I don't want to see any like strong movements, strong like the price demonstrates a lot of strength towards upsides. So in this case, if it comes up slowly, something like this one, and we can take the entry up to this level, so around 10820 zone, and stop losses. As of this stop losses, you can even get away with a 10 pip stop loss. I know it would be too tight, but we can use 10 or 12 pip stop loss if we want to give it that. And the only target I can think of right now, that will be the daily, as I said, down to the daily 107.80. The reason why I don't want to target any further than that, because the range is very choppy, and now on this range it was pretty decent, but now it looks like it's going to dive down, so it's moving very slowly. So you might, if you take the trade, you might get chopped off. So price might continue up and down, up and down, up and down, until eventually it will break up or break down, but that might take some time. So as of for this one, I would say that 10820 would be the entry, for the potential entry, and the target I would go as far as just down to this level, which was 10780. So still can, if you take a 10 pip stop loss, then we're looking with a 30 pip gain, so it's 1 to 3 risk reward, which is pretty decent. So as of that one is good, but the volatility on this one is very yeah, it's not very good. It looks like it's pretty much dead, so it doesn't moving that much for now. But 30 pips is good enough to cover in one day. Someone else. So euro against British pounds. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the euro against British pounds. Okay, so Sarang is saying that I'm taking a buy trade in euro against USD. It's on 4-hourly uptrend. I would personally wait for the as of the buy goes, I would be I wouldn't say it's quite in an uptrend. It's just I wouldn't call this one an uptrend. It does making its way, but it looks very weak. So if I would have taken the buy trade, then I would have probably wait a bit more for the price to maybe push a bit higher, maybe at least to come up to this level and demonstrate a nice strength. So something to the candles of something like this one, a nice bullish candles. Then I would, depending where you took the trade, if you took the trade down to this level, then I guess could have been justified, but as we can see, it's having a quite strong reactions on both sides, the ups and downs. As we can see, when the price come up to this level, it has this aggressive reaction towards the downside. So we have put this strong bearish candle. Get rid of that one. So as of the buy, if I would have taken now the buy trade, I would have personally wait and see how the price comes up. If the price comes up to this level, and if it shows me the strength, like similar to these candles, then I can justify taking the long trade. However, for now, it does look weak. So you might want to go down. However, if it comes down to maybe to this daily low, which I mentioned earlier, 107.80, then after that one, maybe it will continue and shoot higher. But it's just a matter of question if the price is gonna do. But for now, I would wait for the buy yet until the price comes up at least up to this level and demonstrates the strength. So I hope that one answered, and let's have a look. So now let's have a look at the euro against GBP. So let's have a look at the euro against British pounds. So euro GBP, go to this one and go to the daily time frame. So if you followed me, actually, if you follow my live daily forex analysis, actually I'm on this one already on a long trade. So euro against British pounds, I'm already long since yesterday. I already took a long trade. That's for the swing trades. That's for the swing trades. Please enter charts. We could see. Okay, so I did not mention the. Okay. Oh, just before I get into this one, let me just write down the levels I mentioned earlier. So euro USD for the potential type was sell. Oops. Yeah. I'll just write this one and then go back to the euro against British pounds. So type of sell, entry is. Oh, what was the entry now? Oh, I need to go back actually. I can't remember. Euro USD. Let's go back to this. Okay, so it was 108.20 was the entry. So 108.20. So that's entry. Stop loss is, let's say, 10 pips. Yeah, I can justify the 10 pips on that one. And for the target was 107.80, I believe, 107.80, so 30 pips. If you want to give it a bit more, like a couple of pips, then you can, but then again, it does affect your risk reward. So yeah, I would say 10 pips can be quite tight, but because this is not very volatile for now, it can be justified. So I'm going to come back to the euro against British pounds. And I'm gonna go back to the questions after that. So euro against GBP, euro GBP. Let's go euro British pounds. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you follow my live daily forex analysis, I went long on the euro against British pounds, and I did analyze that yesterday, where I was looking for the swing opportunities on this one. So I got into the long trade yesterday. So on this particular case, it slightly changed since I got into the trade. I think I got into about 88.10 or 20. No, 88.16 I think it was. So on this case, because we have this nice bullish candle towards upside, so I could justify taking a trade at this level where I got in. But since like yesterday we put this this sort of spinning top candle, which I do not like to see on this occasion. So I'm now it's starting to look a little bit weak. So there is a chance that the price may turn around and come down and potentially even stop me out. So the price has taken out this spike high in here. Let me just double check. It did take out. Yeah, it has taken out this spike high as well as this spike high in here. So and that's why it has this reaction. The reaction was mild, however, we did put this spinning top candle, which I don't normally like to see, and the price is trying to push up, but it's not really getting anywhere yet. Maybe because of the we do have some news out today on the British pounds. I believe it's a speaker on I think European, not European, the England, I can't remember what it was. Let's go to, so Thursday, ECB, yeah. So 11:30 we have Bank of England, so Governor Bailey speaks. So maybe it's waiting for that speech to get it out of the way, and then maybe it will, after that it will probably start moving. So maybe the traders are waiting for that speaker, and then after that it will continue either one of the directions. So this is a 4-hourly time frame, and when the price came up here, we did have this retracement, then pushed a bit high, but we are leaving these tails in here. We can see these tails where I don't like to see those tails, because that shows that the buyers and sellers are fighting. So, and it's more like a sort of an equal range at the moment. But I do want to see the price go up, because it's still looking strong towards upsides, even though we are putting this, we put this indecision candle yesterday, and now it's kind of, we do still have these tails, which I don't like. But my view is towards upside still on this one. So let's go to the 1-hour time frame and see what we have in here. So on the 1-hour time frame, the price came up, tested this high, and then now we are having this reaction towards downside. But I would say I'm still looking to a long side play. It could be a potential for another long. Let me just, I see the trend line. Actually, I can put this trend line up here. Let's bear with me a sec. Yeah, there's this steep trend line towards upside. So price already came to the test, and it's tested already a couple of times, and it's coming down for another test. So we tested in here, now it's coming down for another test. Maybe the price will manage to break this trend line, because this is a quite steep trend line. Generally price does like to break the trend lines, especially if it's steep trend lines such as this one. So in this case, if the price will come down, I would be expecting for the price to, so coming down for this level, potentially to come down to this level. So I'm still looking for the buy opportunity on this one. There could be a day trade opportunity down to this level at 88.40 zone, down to this level, but it depends how this is gonna come down. So far it's looking strong, so it's coming down pretty aggressively, which I don't want to see. We do have this level, but I don't think it's probably going to manage to break that level. So if it takes, let's say, 1 or 2 candles, so if it takes another 2 candles to come down to this level, then I will be looking to take that trade. It's down to these, and actually I can't justify taking the trade because I'm already long on this one, but there is certainly potential for this one if it's going to come down in 2 candles down to this level. So 88.40 zone, so down to this level, with the potential stop loss would be 15. We can give it a 15 pips stop loss. We can justify 10. Okay, I can justify 10 pips stop loss, but it would be probably be too tight. You can give it either 10, 15, or 20 if you want to be extra safe. So I defined the 3 types of stop losses. If you want, yeah, this one is coming down too aggressively. I don't like when I see, but we still have a half an hour before this candle is closed. So the entry down to 88.40 towards a long side. Let's have a look at the targets. Okay, this one's gonna be more of a semi-swing actually, rather than a day trade, unless 88.90. No, yeah, this will be a semi-swing trade rather than a day trade. So similar to the this daily time frame and daily time frame. Yeah, this will be a semi-swing trade. I wouldn't say this is day trade. This is more like a semi-swing. So as I mentioned, down to this level, but only if it's gonna take 2 candles and comes down to this level, then we can take the trade. Other than that, no, because it's coming down aggressively. So 88.40 with either 10, 15 or 20 pips. I would recommend 15 pips on this one. Actually 15 or 20 pips. Just ignore 10 pips, it's too tight. The way it's coming down now, I don't like it. It looks pretty strong. So 10, 15, so 15 or 20 pips, and we're gonna target 89. Oops, what was the time frame? So we're gonna target 89. Let's go close. Let's see, what is this? 89.85. So this is more like a semi-swing, as I said. Okay, I'm gonna write the levels down in the chat box. Let me have a good look. So 88.40. So levels. Okay, so Euro GBP. Type would be buy. So type would be buy. Entry would be what was it? 0, 80, 88, 40. But only it has to take. Definitely, if it comes down to this hour and makes this nice bearish candle, then disqualified. This trade is disqualified. So it has to take the next. I'm thinking 2 candles, so not the next one, but one after that, unless something changes. But for now, I would wait for 2 candles to for this trade to play out. But chances of the price doing that is unlikely. But still, let's have a look. Price is unpredictable. So the entry, the stop loss is so either 15 or 20 pips. 20 pips. The target is at 0, was it 80, was it 89.80, right? Oops. Target was at 89.85. Okay, 89.85. 89.85. So that's euro against British pounds. Okay, let's go back to the questions. So issues. So I answered the question for Sangran. There's a trend. So issues cool. Assad Ali saying, can you analyze USD CAD, please? Okay, I'll have a look at the USD CAD. Ehab. Hey Hal, good to have you back. Hi George, could you please write the entry and targets? Okay, Euro USD, yes, I did write on the Euro USD the levels. Okay, 3 times. Thanks a million times. You're welcome, Ehab, no problem at all. Oops, where was it? Oh, I lost it. So we'll be going over USD CAD. Where were I? Okay, so we'll be going over the USD CAD. Yes, I will be analyzing USD CAD's Assad Ali. So, okay, so USD JPY on a nice trend. And USD JPY. Okay, let's have a look at the USD CAD first, and I'm going to come back to the questions again. So I see more active today than usual. The USD CAD. Okay, let's go USD and CADs. That's probably gonna be the opposite on this one. Okay, so US dollar Canada. Okay, so we are on a daily time frame on USD CAD. Okay, so the price is pushing up nicely. So it came to the. Okay, so this came to this this resistance level in here, and now we're having this. The very mild reaction, so the potential maybe the price will push it up to push it up to 141, what was it, 141.40. Let's have a look. 141. Yeah, around 141.40. So I already see this target up to this level. So that could be the nice target to for the profit to target this area. So 141.40, which is a good around 50 pips away. However, let's see the short time frame. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. See what we have it on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. So we have a 4-hour time frame. So the price is sitting at this at the resistance level, which is here, and the one I showed you on the daily time frame. But as we know, is in here the price is doing. We are putting these candles in here. So when the price does that, generally the price wants to turn around or have a bigger retracement. In this case, it might have just a bigger retracement. Generally, I do like to see a clean retracement, such as this one in here. This is a clean retracement, and in here is a clean retracement. So when the price comes up, and then it has this retracement, and come up, and then having this nice retracement. So that's a clean retracement. However, when the price does that one, that means either probably turn around and go completely opposite direction, or it's going to have a bigger retracement. So let's have a look at the 1-hour time frame, see what we have on the 1-hour time frame. See, to put all the big picture into context. Okay, so this is a 1-hour time frame, and yeah, on the 1-hour time frame. So this is coming down to this 1-hourly support in here. By the way, it looks like it will most likely gonna break that 1-hourly support. As we can see, it just came down so many times, and it's tested that 1-hourly support. So it's pretty weak. So there's a good chance that the price will break that area and then continue to fall. I think I'm going to take the 4-hourly as of my support in here, not the 1-hour time frame. So let's have a look. So this is 4060. So what we have, so we got these highs, that high, this high. Okay, 140.60 looks like a decent area for the support on this one, but it's about 30 pips away, so it's a bit far away. But I do see this one decent. This one will be decent. So this one doesn't look that strong up to this level. 70. I do think that the price will, if they break this area, is probably going to come down to this level down here. We have a very strong support at this level, so the price most likely going to gravitate towards this way. Maybe even break this area, but for now, the way it looks, it's probably going to have a bigger retracement. And the reason why I don't like to take this, this is another support up to this level. It doesn't look as strong as down to this level. It comes back to this these lows and highs as well. It's more price action going on in this level, so the chances that the price will gravitate towards that 140.60. So I do see actually long and short on this one. So for the short-term trading, could be a potential for the shorts, short up until down to this 140.60. But overall, I would be looking for the long trades towards upside. So let's just ignore the short in this case, because I don't think it's going to work out with the risk reward, because I would like to see the price breaking this low. So let's talk about long, just to make it less complicated in this way. I would personally wait for the price to come down to this 140.60 zone. As of my entry would be down to this level, and then for the potential towards upside. But it does, yeah, just only thing is this one is just raising my concerns if the price wants to turn around, or it will continue towards upside without any retracements. But as I said before, when generally price does that, it's either doing these two things which I mentioned earlier. So as of for now, I would wait for yeah, 2 candles. So it needs about 2 4-hourly candle for this one to come down to this level, which means about 8 hours for this one to play out. So in this case, it will be 7 hours and 20 minutes. So it's quite a long shot. As of especially for the day trades, it's too long. But if I go to the long side, I would wait for this price to come down to this level in about 2 4-hour candles, and then would be looking for the long side play. Just in a matter of time if the price will do that or not. So let's assume that 140.60 for the potential stop loss. Yeah, okay, let me see the targets. Was up to this level, right? So this level 41.40. So 41.40, we're going to 40.60. We're looking 80 pips. So we're looking for 80 pips gain. Let me see 1 hourly again. 40.60 will be down to this level. 80 pip gain. 60 to 25 pips. Again, the one that I would say that's a long shot. So if the price comes down to this level, so this is 1 hourly time frame, but it's the same level as the 4 hourly, which I mentioned, which I showed them earlier. So it's about the same level in here. So 140.60 as of the entry will be potentially here with. We can give it about 20, no, not 20. So 140.60, and we would be looking down to 25 pip stop loss, which means we're going to position our stop losses down to this level, but we do have a lot of price action going on down here, so price can easily gravitate towards this level and maybe just come down to make this spike low and suckle that stop orders. So it's kind of not the great, I would say it's not the great, it doesn't looking great for at this moment, but there is a potential trade for the long side. However, it's a long shot. So 25. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna mention anything in here because it's gonna take some time to play out, and it's very easy to change in the next 7 hours. A lot of things can happen in the next 7 hours, so I'm not gonna mention any potential trades on this one. I did mention a bit before, but I would say, yeah, I would say that's probably not take it any at the moment. I do see the potential, but it has to do quite a lot of work before this one's going to work out, and it's going to take around 2 4-hourly candles, which in this case means about 7 hours and 15 minutes, and it's a long time before that trade is going to work out, and it can change a lot. So I would say this is a sit and wait currency in here, unless. Yeah, so sit and wait on this one. So yeah, I'm not gonna mention anything else on this one because it can change a lot. So no, I'm not gonna write levels either. So what else? So let's come back to the so USD CAD. I already mentioned that. So US dollar, Japanese yen. So far I analyzed how many currencies on my. So I analyzed Australian dollar against USD. Did I analyze USD JPY? I did not. No, I did not analyze USD JPY. So I've got 2 more currencies to analyze. So I need to cover that one. Okay, let me just go through with the comments, and then I'm gonna be coming back to the. So USD CAD is done. USD Japan and nice trends. Okay, so I'm gonna address the US dollar against Japanese yen. Asad say thanks. You're welcome, Asad. Nicholas, hi George. Hi Nicholas. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen looks like a nice time frame agreement. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the CAD JPY. Thanks a lot, George. Chukwumekai say thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so you must be appreciate. Thanks a lot. I do appreciate the comments like this. Assad saying thanks, George. You're welcome, Assad. And now let's jump into the US dollar against Japanese yen. So USD Japan, USD Japan, USD JPY. Who's asking USD JPY? Oops. Okay, mine is stalling a bit. What was asking?
Sarah.
Okay, missed the.
Here.
So here's the cat. Okay, Sarang is asking US Japanese. It's a nice trend. Okay. So let's answer USD JPY. Actually, on the USD JPY, I've got the trade on the US dollar against Japanese yen, and surprising that's actually I'm on a long on the US dollar Japanese yen. However, when I took the long trade, I could have justified the long trade at that time, but since then it's definitely looking for looks like it's going to continue actually towards downside and upside. So my stop is I think somewhere down to this level, so I still got about 25 pips before my stop loss is hit. And the reason why was this nice bullish candle towards upside, but looks like it's coming down for now. So as we can see, we had this, it's like a down trade in here, but because we have this nice bullish candle up here and we have broken also this trend line in here, that's the reason why I took the long trade, because there was a good potential for the price to break and go higher. And looking at this one, still okay. Let's go to the shorter time frame to have a bit of a more clearer view on here. So this is a 4-hour time frame. This 4-hour time frame, we had this nice down. I want to call this one a downtrend. This one is still a retracement of the bigger this sort of a bigger trend on a 4-hour time frame. So this is still a retracement. However, it does looking that it wants to push, it wants to go further down and potentially to continue the original big trend. But for now, if I would have taken, I would have waited on this one either both sides. So potentially for the short on this one, but only if the price will continue to fall a bit more. So I want to be a bit more certain. I know the certain words on the forex market is not very very good, but I want to see a bit more from the price action. So if the price will continue to fall a bit more and shows a bit more strength, like similar to these candles, then I will be definitely this switching for the towards the short side. But I do want to see a bit more downside on this one. Let's go to the 1 hourly time frame and see what we have on the 1 hourly time frame in here. Okay, on 1 hour time frame is definitely strong towards downside. Does making okay, so it does. When the price came down to this, so it made this spike when we had, and then we had this reaction towards upside, but the price made its way down to this level again. So it has not taken out this spike low down here yet. So if I would have traded this one, the short side, let's have a look. Do want to see a bit more. I do want to see the price pushing down. So 106.65. Let's see what we have on the 1 hour time frame. 106.65. Okay, so we do have this support zone down here, 106.65. So for me to trade this one towards a short side to be a bit more certain, so to speak, then oops, what is that? Oops, that's so I do want to see the price demonstrating a bit more strength. So I do want to see a nice bearish candle and also potentially taking out this low and make its way down to around 106.65 zone. So we have this this support level which looks fairly decent. So that's support level down to 106, 106.65 around this level. So once the price does that, and I do want to see a strong bearish candle, then I will be definitely switching towards a short side with so 106.65 with a retracement. What would be a retracement? So if it comes down at 65, the retracement's probably gonna be up to about 15 pips, give or take, 15 or 20 pips. So we can use about, yeah, around 15 pips. So the price has to come down first to 106.65, so around down to this level, and also demonstrate more strength. We can see in here the price is kind of chopping around. This is only 1 hour time frame, but it's kind of chopping around a bit. So we have this this support level in here. Even though it's been tested in here, it's kind of stalling, so maybe the price will turn around. In my case, that would be good because I'm on a long, but of course we don't need to. That the price can go and fall more. So if it does that, let's say the price comes down to about 106.65 and closes nicely as well. I do want to see a strong bearish candles, and if it does that, then I will be looking for the retracement about somewhere around the 106.75 or 78 zone. So we got this price action going on in here, which is also close to this area as well. So roughly speaking, about 15 pip retracement. So let's say if we get on to just pick the opening mole number 106.75 with let's say stop loss 85, 15. Most likely gonna be 20 pips on that one. 20 pips stop loss. With the 20 pips stop loss, and for the targets, if the price comes down that far, it's probably gonna continue to fall. So 65, especially if it demonstrates a strength down to this low, is most likely gonna. Let's pick a daily target on this one. It's most likely gonna be joining the. We have a daily as well. Yeah, most likely gonna be joining the original trends on the directions. So most likely I will be targeting at 106.10. So 106.10 would be this the target down here, 106.10, and we are getting on at 106. The 106.75, so we're looking 65 pip gain with the 20 pip stop loss. So it's just about the 1 to 3 risk reward, which is pretty good. But first, I do want to see and price for the price to come down, as I mentioned, 106.65 and close nicely, then retracement towards upside. But up until then, I would not take the short trade just yet. But the way it looks, as I said, it can easily start falling maybe in today. So it's only about 20 pips away, so it's not far away. Okay, let me just write down the levels. So that was the USD JPY. USD JPY. So that will be type would be a sell. Type will be sell. Yeah, type will be sell only if it comes down to that level, which I mentioned earlier. And for the entry would be at 106.65. Yeah, 65. The stop loss is 20 pips. 20 pips with the targets. 106.10, I believe that was 106.10, so that's the target in here. Canadian dollar against Japanese and euro against Japanese. Yes, okay. So let's go back to the questions again. So will he be going over USD? Okay, so I already analyzed USD. So this one. So hey Nicholas, looks like nice time. Okay, so that was a Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the Canadian dollar. Oh, I read that already actually. The comments Canadian dollar against Japanese. So these I know Forex Factory, but they are not that precise in time. Okay, George, do you know any website or source that can provide exact time of news releases? I'm looking to grab a buy during basically for scalping purposes. I would say I never had a problem with the Forex Factory. They're generally pretty good. They can have that. Sometimes that the news come out, but it depends what kind of news. If it's not scheduled, then that's not fault of the Forex Factory. But so far I had a pretty good experience with the Forex Factory. They generally are pretty good. There was another news one, I can't remember what it's called. There was another one, I used to use it before I discovered the Forex Factory, but it was a very long time ago, so I can't really remember on that one, so I can't really say any other website because I personally use the Forex Factory for myself. But I'm sure if you've done some, if you search on Google, there should be some other ones. Yeah, if I find it, I will put the link. I'll put the link in the comments on this video, so I'll put the link in the comment section below if I find that website that I'm just talking about. I just can't remember on this one, but if I find it, I will leave it the link in the comment section on that on this video. Yeah, okay, so we have so USD on correction for more upwards. Yes, Sarang, it looks like that way, but it came a bit too far. I would generally like to see it came a bit too far. So there's a chance that the price will continue to fall. There's a chance of that, but so far as I said, I'm long on this one, but it does look like it's a bit too far. So generally, would price maybe come down to this level would be justifiable, but it can be too far. So that's why I'm looking that the price might fall. So I guess in the next couple of hours we would see, especially if the price comes down, as I said, at 106.65 for another 20 pips and demonstrates the bearish strength, the bearish candles. There's a good chance that the price will continue to fall. But for now, that's just a bit of a waiting game and see how it's gonna work out. Thank you, George. No problem, Diaz. And we are jumping into now what we have Canadian dollar against Japanese yen and euro against Japanese yen. So we do have half an hour, and I only analyzed. So I analyzed two of my currencies which I mentioned. So make sure that I'm gonna get that one. So I got one more left on. I think it was New Zealand dollar against USD. Okay. So I'm going to have a look at the three more currencies. I'm not sure we're going to have more time for more currencies, but let's have a look. So Canada against Japanese yen. Let's go to the Canada, Japanese yen. They might look like the similar patterns, similar to the US dollar against Japanese yen and potentially for the euro against Japanese yen. Yeah, it looks like pretty similar to... yeah, looks like pretty similar to the Japanese trades. So USD JPY. Right, let's have a look. So it looks like it's in a sort of a downtrend, but we did have this nice upwards move, and followed by the continuation towards downside. I need a shorter time frame. See, so the price came down to. So price is down to this support level, and we do have another support level down here. Didn't quite get there though. Okay, so you get into this support level. We do have another support further down, 75.50. It's only 25 pips away. Okay, let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Let's see what we have on here. Very similar to the USD JPY. It looks pretty similar to the USD JPY. Okay. Okay, so it's pushing the pullback up here on the 4-hourly time frame. That's pushing it down. Yeah, let's go to 1-hourly time frame. See what we have on the 1-hourly time frame. Is similar. Yeah, it does looking that the price is pushing down, but I would say it's kind of similar. It looks very similar to the USD JPY. If for me to take the short trade, I would wait a bit more for the price to come down. Yeah, I would wait for the price to come down. Maybe let me go to the daily time frames. Check out again to make sure that I don't miss anything on that one. Okay, so the price is supports down to this level. Okay, so price is sitting in here, but yeah, it looks like the momentum is waning. That's not a problem. Yeah, we do have these candles in here, so it looks like it's coming down pretty slow. So it looks like that maybe the traders were short on that on this trade, maybe somewhere up to this level. They kind of jumping out from the trades, and that's why it's kind of slowing down on the 4-hour, judging by the 4-hourly time frame as well as a 1-hourly time frame. We do have this. We do have these candles, which is like all over the place. So I do want to see a. So another support is down to about 20 or 25 pips away. So if I would have traded this on a short side, I would wait for this another bearish candle. So pretty much very similar to the USD JPY. So it will be very most likely the very exact same trade. So I would have waited for the price to push down another 20 pips to this daily support, which is down to this area. So 75.55. So it's another 20 pips away. So I would wait for a 1-hour time frame and see if the price pushes up nicely down for that 20 pips and closes strongly bearish. Then I would get onto the retracements somewhere 55 down to too far, probably down to about 75, 70, around roughly that zone. I think I like more the USD JPY better. Looks a bit better USD Japanese yen rather than this one, but they are very similar, as I said. So for me to trade this one, it has to come down to about 75.55, close nicely bearish, then a retracement somewhere up to this. No, this one. Somewhere up to 75-70 zone. So that will be the potential for the entry, because we do have this this nice resistance, or it will be a resistance once the price comes down and then returns to this level. So that could be a potential for the short side play, but it has to come down first, close nicely on the bearish side. Then I will be looking for the short side play. As of the stop losses goes, so if you enter at 75.70, 75.70, so we'll be looking about 20 pips. Let's see where it's going to come up. Yeah, we'll be looking for a 20 pip stop loss, pretty much very similar to the USD JPY. And for the targets targets we're gonna take. No, can't. So it should be a daily time frame for the targets. So this one's gonna be the test, and then yeah, we're gonna target down to this level 70, about 75.05. So we're looking 65 pips. Yeah, very, pretty much it works out the exact same way as the US dollar, Japanese yen. So very similar to the same trade. It's just the different numbers, but overall it works out the same way. Just over 1 to 3 risk reward. So 65 pip gain with a 20 pip stop loss, as I mentioned on the US dollar Japanese yen. So exact, pretty much exact same, just a slightly different, the candles and just different the currency against different currency. But this is the Japanese yen one, so looks pretty much the same. Should I write the levels on that one? Okay, I'll write the levels in here as well. So 75, 75, 70, 75. Okay, let me just write the levels. And I'm gonna jump into the euro against Japanese yen, and I do think there's gonna be probably looking very similar to the last two currencies. Japan. The type is sell. So type is sell only if it comes down to the levels I mentioned and the close, the bearish close. We want to see the nice bearish close. The entry. So make sure to wait for that one before getting into trade, because that's very important. So the entry was at 70, 75, 75, 70. Stop loss is 20 pips, and the target is at 75.05, I believe that was the target. Let's see, yeah, 75.05. That's and then we need euro against Japanese yen. Euro JPY. Yeah, probably gonna be similar. Yeah, looks very similar to the all the Japanese pairs. They look pretty much the similar. However, on the daily time frame, this one looks like better. Looks better on the daily time frame. The euro against Japanese yen, the way it's coming down. So the price, they tested this trend line, and now it's having this having reaction for the last couple of days. So let's go to the. Okay, and price has already taken out this okay, no, it hasn't taken out. It has taken out, but it is not broken. It has not broken this level. It has taken out this spike low, but it has not broken. But we're gonna see that only tomorrow because this is a daily time frame. But it did take out this spike low. Let's go to the 4 and 1 hour time frame. After that, see what we have. Okay, so price is pushing down nicely. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Oops, not daily, 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. Okay. So the one thing is, when the price has taken out that daily spike low, it has almost no reaction. Okay, let's see. Has it taken out? Yeah, it has taken out the it has taken out the spike low pretty much good few pips. Generally, when the price does that, it has a reaction, some kind of reaction towards opposite side. So in this case, would be the upside, but it's the way it looks like it has almost no reaction. Which means technically that the sellers are pretty strong. However, would be the similar picture on this one. I would wait for the price to come down. Let's go to where I would be looking for the price to come. Okay, in this case we can use this 4 hourly time frame. So in this case I would wait for 20 pips for the price to come down around, around down to this this level, which is at 115.25. Let me have a look at the 1 hourly time frame. Where is that? 115.25. Probably gonna be here. Oops. Oh no. Why is that 115.25? Okay, it counts there. Actually 115.20, so around 115.20 or 25, slightly different on the 1 hourly and the 4 hourly time frame, but we're gonna more focus on the 4 hourly time frame. So 115.25, so I do want to see the price coming down around that level, so we're looking about 20 pips more down, but when it comes down this one, I do want to see a strong bearish close, then a retracement towards upside. Feels like I'm repeating the same thing because all three of them are Japanese the currencies, so they look more or less the same way. So 20 pips down with the retracement for the potential, if it comes on 115.25. Okay, I don't like the levels of this. So this one can't justify it, so only 3 pips retracement, and this, okay, so this one, we're gonna target this one then. So 115.40, so if it comes down at 115.25, then nice bearish close and the retracement to 115.40. And as of the stop losses goes, 40, 50, probably gonna be 20. Yeah, we're looking about 20 pips stop loss. Maybe on this one actually 25 pips. Give it 25. Yeah, on this occasion I'll give it a 25 pip stop loss, just a bit further because of the because we have these levels up here, so I want to position a bit higher. So this one's gonna be 25 pips stop loss, and as of the targets goes, oops. Let's go to daily. Let's see what we have on a daily time frame. So if the price breaks that one, then I would expect this one to come down. So this is more like a semi-swing actually. So this one have a bigger pip range. So this is more like a semi-swing trade down to 114, about 55, 114.55. Then our entry is gonna be at 115. 115.40, so 115.40 was our entry. Let's see what we have on the 4 hour time frame. I'm gonna write the levels after I just finish with this one, so I'm gonna write the levels, so don't worry about if you missed the numbers. Yeah, we'll be down to this level. Yeah, so it has to come down at 115.25, then a retracement up to 115.40. Okay, 115.40 the entry, 25 pips stop loss. Again, I'm gonna write the levels down here on euro against euro JPY. The type is sell, but again it has to come down for another 20 pips and nice bearish close. So keep that, don't forget that one, it's important. Keep repeating and repeating now, but it's very important, so I do want to emphasize on that one. So sell, the entry is gonna be 115.40, if I'm not mistaken, 115.40 with the stop loss at 25 pips. 25 pips, and the target was down at 114.55. So 114.55. Just one thing I want to mention, that these 3 currencies I just analyzed before, all the Japanese yen, if they all set up, which is probably highly unluckily, don't take all 3 trades towards sell, because you're gonna be just increasing your risk. So just pick one of them, whichever you, I don't know, the preferences, and just take the one of the Japanese trades. So don't take all 3 of them just because they set up, because you're gonna be increasing the risk, because the more or less you're gonna have the same outcome on the, because they have quite a positive correlation between them. So if they're gonna go to one direction, probably all of them are gonna go in the same direction. Obviously the pip range is different, but especially when we're gonna use the 20 pip stop loss, then you might get stopped out. So just take one trade out of all these three, depending if they're gonna set up, obviously, because it has to still do some work before it's sets up. So okay, I've done that one, and I've got New Zealand dollar against the USD, and then I'm gonna come back to the questions.
No more.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to NZD USD. So with the daily time frame. So NZD USD. Let's see what we have on New Zealand dollars against USD. Yeah, we did have a nice moves on the New Zealand dollar. So on the New Zealand dollar, we do have for the yesterday, we put this lovely bearish candle on a daily time frame. The price has broken this lows down here and is edging even lower. So as of the first potential, let's have a look. 59, roughly about 59.50. So there could be a potential for the day trade. 59.50, the target down to this this low down here. I think I analyzed this currency. It looks very kind of same because today it has not moved. Anyway, so 59.50 would be the potential targets as of the day trade. Let's go to the shorter time frame, see what we have on a shorter time frame. 59.50. It's putting these candles again. Don't like when the price does like to mess around like this. So it's putting this indecision candles in here. The dojis, inverted hammer spinning top candles like this one, which we call the indecision candles. That means that the price is undecisive, but we do have a nice strong move towards downside. So we're gonna work what's in front of us, which means that we're gonna position ourselves towards downside. So in this case, I would wait. Okay, let's go to 1 hour first. Okay, so we had a few. So the price came up and tested this this 1 hourly high in here. We've seen this tested twice, and probably a lot of orders towards short side. It went already in, but it hasn't really. It did not really manage to push the price down, which normally does that. So in this case, let's see, what is the other potential? 60.15. No, that's too far away. That's too far. So in this case, what I would do for the next couple of hours, I would want to price to because it already tested 2 times already, but it did not really have a reaction. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of orders build up down up to this level. So that's what the price is waiting. So I think I would want to wait for the price to come up and take out this spike high. And it's probably what the price is waiting before it continues to fall. So I would wait for the price to come up and take out this spike high, which is about on 60.05. So roughly if it comes up around, let's say 60.07, 60.08, roughly about this this level, and takes out this this spike high, then I would be looking to short this trade. So depending how this candle is going to close, so if the price comes up and then comes down and closes something like anything like this one, these candles, like the indecision candles, will be fine. So I don't want to see the nice tail. Then I will be taking the trade. So for the entry wise would be, let's pick the neutral position. So 59.90. So let's pick the 59.90 as of our neutral position as of the entry. It could differ in a couple of pips, so this is not the exact level. So I'm just using this one as an example, let's say. So we'll be around this level, so 59.90 with this stop loss. So we would be looking 25 pip stop loss on this one, 20 or 25 pip stop loss. And if we go to 59.90, what was the target? Can't remember the target. 59.90 and 59.50. Ooh, that's only 40 pips. That's only 40 pips. Let's see when I hold it down to this level. Okay, so there's a potential if we take the trade about 59.90 with a 20 pip stop loss and run it down to 59.50, then we're gonna be looking for the 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, which is good, but it does not satisfy my risk reward requirements, so I might be just readjusting, but that looks like a good trade for now. But wait for the candle to come up and take out this this spike high in here. So it looks like it's a lot of orders already built up and the price is not really going anywhere, so it wants to get rid of some orders before the price decides to go, in this case probably down, but of course I can be wrong. But the way it looks like, it does look like it wants to, the pressure is towards the downside, so it might want to kind of take out this spike high and then continue down. So our, let's go to 59.90, so we need to wait for that one, for the price to take out, and wait for that 1 hourly candle to close as well. So we're looking for something like this type of candle, this or this one, something like with the long tails will be fine. Spinning top, doji, inverted hammer sort of candles, that will be fine. So the one thing we don't want to see is something like this candle, the strong bearish, strong bullish candle with no tails. So that will be a bit under the question. If it comes up and closes like this after this level, then I would not be interested on that one. So first of all, we're going to wait for that one, and then we will be looking at the entry. So somewhere around 59.90, could be a bit higher, could be a bit lower, ideally a bit higher. So 59.90, so I'm going to write the levels in here. So that's NZD USD type would be sell. Entry would be, oops, I misspelled it. Entry would be at 0.5990, but only after the price takes out that spike high. So I has to do that one. So entry, the stop loss, we're looking at 20 to 25 pips, depending on your risk reward preference. And one thing I want to say, that if you want to support me, please give this video a like, especially if you find this one helpful. It really helps my channel to grow, so it really helps me to support my channel and all that. So I appreciate your likes on this video. So 25 pips and targets. Target was at 159.50. Target at, oh, oops, I missed that dots between, just in case. So 59.50, yeah, correct. Okay, so this we got about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna come back to the some of the questions I missed probably. Thank you, George. This asking. So Nicholas, nice smooth analysis, great show. Thanks, George. Thank you, Nicholas. So I did this. Chris, morning. It's the first time I've seen you. I've looked at your comments. You commented some of my videos, but I haven't seen you on a live analysis. Good sir. Renzo Lopez is saying, "You good sir." Thank you, Renzo. Chris, morning, bye. Yeah. So unfortunately, we are running out of time. We only got about 4 minutes, so I will be signing out. But don't worry, we do have. Tomorrow we're gonna have another live daily forex analysis on the Friday. Yeah, I asked. So yeah, so I'll be signing out, guys. Then so what else I should mention? So if you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps my channel to support, as I said earlier. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe. It really also helps my channel to grow, and it motivates me as well to make even better videos, because it does takes actually a lot of work to do all these videos. So it does helps the support from you guys and all of your questions today. Thank you for that. It was a nice live daily forex analysis. So I hope you guys gonna see you tomorrow. Huh?
You're going to comment later for the ask.
Oh, right, correct. Amma is saying good morning. Good morning, Amma. Yeah, morning, George. Busy, Amma, locksmith. Okay, I see, Chris. Yeah, Diaz, I will try to look at this the forex news. So I'm gonna look at it and hopefully I'll find it, and I will gonna leave it in the comment section. So and then you will find it when you check this video. So hopefully I will find that that forex news on that one. Sarang, thanks for the analysis, Jaws. Thank you, Sarang. Okay, guys, that will be it, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time on next live daily forex analysis. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, big thanks to my lovely assistant. She's been very great, and she's been helping me a lot. So, guys, have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time.